Move us into the
Yeah.
story and tell us about your redemptive moment at your high school.
Yeah, so my high school, we had been talking about having me speak at an event, and they had this event called the theme is around voices, and I was like, I have an idea. So I was just going to go speak initially to the girls. So I went to an all girls Catholic high school. There were going to be 700 or so students, faculty at this event, and then I said, my first song just came out. I mean, I'd never performed this. I was not a performer. So I'm telling myself, first of all, I'm not a singer. Then I became a singer. Now I'm like, okay, I can't deny that identity. I have a song on Spotify. I can't say I'm not a singer. And then, but I'm like not a performer, right? So the story is I'm a singer, but I'm not a performer. So it's like we incrementally get to this place. And I said, but I could sing it. I have a backing track. I was so nervous. And I tell the story. I go back to my high school. I tell the story to all these girls about being a trailblazer. And I get to the end of it, and I talked about this, how I let fear hold me back when I was sitting in the seats that they were sitting in. And I was afraid to do this thing that I loved. And maybe they're afraid to do a thing that they love because they're self-conscious and afraid what people think. And I start to tee it up, and I said I wouldn't even try out for the choir here. And I took voice lessons for 1 year as a senior and had to do a performance and a recital, and I blacked out when I did it because no part of it was joyful, and I wished I could just hide under the covers. And I start to tee this up, and I hear this whisper in the girls in the crowd. They go, "Is she gonna sing? Is she gonna sing?" And I tell the story of the song. I tell the story of releasing it on Spotify. And I said, and now I'm going to do the thing that I was too afraid to do when I was sitting where you're sitting. And I went up on stage, the stage that I never sang on all 4 years of high school. And the backing track to my first original song comes through the speakers. And I sing Somebody to this entire room of people 20 years after I would have wanted to do something like that for the very first time. And it was this full circle moment of, oh my gosh, like I did it.